Oh, hey girl, what's going on? I hope you're having a fantastic day. So, I just wanted to pop in real quick and I kind of wanted to talk about fear. I'm sure I'll talk about fear many times throughout this channel, but today I want to talk about fear in the sense of I have an irrational fear of birds. So, I actually I have an irrational fear of pretty much any type of animal that isn't a dog or a cat. I know. It sounds completely freaking ridiculous. I'm aware. But I can kind of pinpoint what happened as far as my fear of birds. So when I was younger, I used to always want a bird. And I lived in an old house with a basement and an attic. And yeah, birds and bats got in all the time. So I would come downstairs in the morning, go to get my breakfast or go to eat my breakfast. I've already poured a bowl of cereal, and I turn on the light to the breakfast nook, and something comes flying at me. I literally scream, run upstairs, and I'm like, parents, you've got to take care of it. I don't remember how many times I did that, but it was a bunch of them. Hold on, before I keep going, if you hear some squeaking noises, my turners are going right now. So, that might be what you hear. And we're hoping that my furry children decide not to bark at anything, like the wind blowing. So, let's go back to the story. So, it happened a bunch of times. And then there was this one time I will actually never forget. We had come home and my ceiling fan was on and I had a purple beanbag, and I went and I sat in this beanbag and I look over, and lo and behold, there's a dead bird sitting next to my beanbag. That's it. Like, they're here to torture me. They're here to, I don't even know what it could be, but I was not here for it anymore. So I was done. And so now anytime a bird goes flying near me, I'm like, I am terrible. When I went to go visit my cousins in California, the birds did not give any F's about the humans. And I was like, oh my God. And they're so big in my mind, I just visited my cousins like 2 years ago. So the birds were like pigeons. So not huge, but not tiny little, little parakeets type things. Excuse me. One of the things that I am really trying to hold on to is that when we're afraid of something, it's because we don't understand it. We don't know. We don't, when people ask, do your dogs bite? And I'm like, well, they have teeth. Yes, but no, it's because what we fear is we fear dog biting us. And unfortunately for me, I have 2 German Shepherds, so they're even scarier because they're police dogs and so much more. And they look ferocious, but they're big old pansies. Unless you try to do something to mommy, and then that's a whole other story. But so then I would like to kind of transition into my fear of fish. Okay. I know I have already established that these fears are irrational, okay? So I'm aware of how irrational they are, and I am working towards not being so fearful. So my dad loves fish tanks. Y'all, my dad, I can't ever remember a life where my dad didn't have at least 2 fish tanks. I think right now he only has 2 fish tanks. I'm literally picturing his house right now. And they're not like, oh, let's have a little fish tank. They're like fish tanks. Like probably the size of my desk. I don't know. Dad, if you end up watching this, shoot me a message and let me know how big those tanks are. But so then he used to get fish all the time, and I used to have to be the holder of the bag, and so I used to have to hold the bag of the fish and the big gator gars, and they would like flip, and then they would flip out of the tank, and it would freak me out. Y'all, I can't give you a good reason why it freaks me out, but it does. So when I moved out and I was living with friends, one of my friends, Amanda, decided that as I was doing scary, exciting things, because I was like, you know what? I'm going to do something scary, something exciting every year or every month for the year. And that was in 2020, I believe it was. And my dear friend thought it was a great idea to buy me a fish. So she bought me a fish, a betta, and her kids named it Prince Bubbles. It was blue. It was fun. I kept that betta, whatever you want to call it, alive for a whole year. I was okay that it didn't make it, because it didn't, like, it was funny. I got it, like, I moved out in August. I got it in September. And then when I went to move into this place, it was like 2-3 weeks before I moved, Prince Bubbles died. So I was like, well, that was a good thing during that time period, yada yada. But then I was like, the fish are literally afraid of me. I am afraid of something that is literally afraid of me. And so as I'm spazzing, it's making it spaz, and you just got to be calm. So insert my new life. So I am remembering that I've done the cell thing. If people don't like me, that's a part of life. Everybody doesn't like Chick-fil-A sauce. That's okay. And I literally brought up Chick-fil-A because I have a Chick-fil-A shirt on, and then it says the Lord's calories don't count. I'm here for it. But I'm not everybody's cup of tea. You're not everybody's cup of tea, and that is okay. But it doesn't mean we have to be so afraid to put ourselves out there because someone else might not like us. Because guess what? Someone else isn't going to like us. And I can say right now in this moment, that's okay. Now, do I still struggle with that in my insecurities? Of course I do. Of course I do. You know, you want to be liked. I'm an unfortunate people pleaser, and so I want everybody to be happy and like me and yada, yada, yada. But then I also realize that I'm not going to be the person that everybody's going to want to be around. That's okay. And you also have to figure out how to be authentically you. And it's okay if you don't know who you are. I'm still learning who I am. That's a whole other topic, because I could go on and on about I don't know who I am. But what I do know is when my boyfriend decided that the only animal he wanted ever as a pet was a tarantula, I either had to get on board or get said boyfriend gone. Now, originally my plan was, I was like, no, no, I'm never having a tarantula. They're scary. They're going to get out. They're going to, I don't know. Whatever reason you can come up with. I'm sure I came up with it. And then he sits with YouTube videos of certain people, and it's gross. I'm not gonna lie and say it's not creepy to watch them, but then also in the same breath, it's kind of cool. So it's almost like he was programming me. He wasn't, but it just, I like to say that anyway. But he watched videos, and then I was listening. No, I was listening, and I started hearing stuff. I started understanding what a tarantula was, what it is to take care of them, what makes us fear them so much. And for said boyfriend's birthday, which is in October, I bought him some tarantulas. Now, I have 6 tarantulas in this home. Many people think it's crazy, and I actually brought one of the babies in here to show you. Because the babies feel so much less intimidating. Now, I don't know if you're going to get a good visual of it because of the camera and the lighting. Oh gosh. I'm trying to, let me turn the ring light off for a second, y'all. There you go. Do you see him? It's kind of a glare, but pretty cool, right? He's so little. So, well, this worked out. This was still good lighting. We have 2 babies, and this is a Poecilotheria metallica, and you should look it up. This little brown critter is dangerous. And just like a dog, if you respect it and you treat it right, it'll be just fine. And so will you. But I had to learn, and I had to understand about a tarantula, and it's actually really, really cool to learn more things and to be like, oh, well, people are like, well, what if they get out and because they're in the bedroom, what if they get out and you're gonna find them on your head or something? It's the fear of all of these unknown factors. But in reality, they can't get out. They do run fast. All the tarantulas that we have are old world tarantulas, and that means that they are fast runners. But if you're calm, they just do as you ask. So as we're moving it from one home to another home because it's getting bigger, it's calm, it's, we've paid attention, we've learned. And so whatever it is you're afraid of, I'm just going to stick with, because we have I'm afraid to fail, I'm afraid to succeed, I'm afraid of not being liked. And here's the thing. We can only learn so much about some of those things. It's okay to be afraid, but don't let that fear paralyze you. Don't let that fear consume you. It's something that I am struggling with. Afraid to do my crafts. And then this morning I did this, and I'm like, ooh, that's fun. I really like that. And I like that it could be put any way, depending on what you see out of it. It depends on what you see out of it. So that is something that I created. And then I've created so many other things, and I have been so afraid And I really just want to tell y'all, let go, have fun. We literally only get this one life. So we need to enjoy it the best we can. And I'm going to do it by having fun, doing the things I'm afraid of, and posting these videos to hold myself accountable when I start to let fear paralyze me. Because I know that today I'm golden. And by golden, I mean today I'm not as fearful. Tomorrow, I might be scared shitless. Sorry. But it's the truth. I might be terrified tomorrow. But will I push through? Or will I let it consume me? And that's what we have to just keep pushing forward. We are 30 days into 2023. How the heck is that a thing already? 30 days into 2023. So, are you going to make the most of your year? Or are you going to allow fear to paralyze you? My hope is that by you seeing me chomp away at that fear every time I post another video, that you will do the same in whatever it is that you have going on. Because every day that I record a video and post it is another day that I am taking a bite size out of that elephant and making it more manageable, not letting the fear consume me. So, I hope you have a great day. As always, remember that you are beautiful. You are enough. What? How did I mess that up? What? I feel like I gotta do it again, right? Okay. And you know what? I'm not editing it out either. Okay, but on a real note, you are beautiful, you are amazing, and you are enough just the way you are. Bye.